Hi everyone. This video I want to answer some questions that you guys comment on below. Um, the questions about for this build and also some problem when you try to follow my build guide. So for the question one is the mana issues, the mana problem. Many of you guys, when you following my build guide, maybe you will say it's no mana to use the Whirlwind, and again, and when you need to get the skill in here, and the magical sources you only get around 9 levels to the 11 levels. Just depend on yourself, and also for this one you only get the level 2 or level 1 only, and to make sure that you get around at least the mana is 60, or you can like what I'm doing, the 81 is more comfortable for me, I think. And also for the question 2 is why the blaster cannot trigger by the Whirlwind. So this one, blaster, why can you to be triggered by the Whirlwind is you need to focus on the priority of my skill. That means you need to put the Whirlwind on the first slot, and yeah, if you put the left attack to the first slot, you only can trigger the blaster by the left attack. Yeah. So for other question is about the sword, and so the question 3 is the why use this sword bases. And so the last video I suggest you guys to use the hero long sword bases and the jet long sword. The reason why to use this is we want to get the paralyze on hit. This effect is so good and very useful, and the reason why we want to use these bases because we want to get the critical strike rating, and then therefore we don't need to get too much of the critical rating on your sword or other way like your gears, your talent, anything else. And actually I just need to get one of the gear attack critical strike rating, that's enough. And yeah, the question 4 is what mobs was that can find in the sword. And yeah, you can find out in my last video. I also mentioned about for the prefaces you can find out the elemental damage or the physical damage, but I highly recommend you to find the elemental damage if you want to get endgame sword. It's more powerful, but it's also good for the physical damage. Yeah. And also you need to find out the other gear lightning damage is also very good. And maybe you can, if you want to do actually the endgame version, you can get this one. Damage precedes the percentage elemental resistance, but it's so expensive. You can see here, it's need for the 40 frame when one time craft, and also it's also very expensive, so I haven't to do that. Yeah, actually you can get very good mobs with this one is quite enough. And also you need the most important prefixes is the lightning damage per density, and don't find per density more than the 60, okay, per 60. You can find the lightning damage per 16 deaths or the per 12 deaths is enough. And so for the surfaces, you need to find the density, at least I'm highly recommend at least the T2, yeah, and also the attack speed or the critical damage like this one, critical strike damage, and also the critical strike rating. You need two mobs and they are free choice for you, and very, I think is quite elastic. And so for the question 5 is, can we use the two-hand weapon? The answer is absolutely not. The reason why we need the one-hand sword is we need 2 mobs of this one, 1 to 5 attack and the attack lightning damage per 20, 12 density, yeah. And if you only get the two-hand sword, you lost a lot of this damage. And the question 6 is about the priority about this build. It means the upgrade, when you want to upgrade the build, which one should be the first choice? And the answer is the weapon. And then when you upgraded your weapon, I suggest you guys to get the amulets, the neck with something like this, at plus 15% or yeah, about 15% more stats, and 2 mobs, at least 2 mobs, okay. And or you can find out in the market with Force God skin with I don't remember that actually the mob names, but it's about per 3 levels or 4 levels to increasing 3 density. I don't remember that, but yeah, you can find it on the market. And also, when you upgrade for your neck, I highly recommend you to get Infinity if you want to get the end game versions to get this mod impermanence. Okay. And actually, you don't need to follow exactly the mods in format Infinity. You don't need to find out this one. This is good, but there is no any bells in the market. You just need to find this mod, and also to check out another mobs which is very useful for you, like the elemental damage, physical damage, maximum lives, and also this one, additional defense from the chest armor, is also very good. And then when you upgrade for your sword, amulet, belt, you can find out the gloves with the lightning damage at the attack and the density. Okay, that's all. And then you can upgrade your one way with these 2 mobs. If those mobs is very important. To add 6% of the critical strike damage per stat of the focus pressing on it. And also you need to find out this one, plus 8% of the chance for the critical strike to gain the 1 stack of the focus pressing. The reason why we this is the most important one is, if we don't to find out this mod, we have no way to get the focus pressing. And that means we cannot to get this buff. Okay, and then when you get upgraded for those gears, you can just get some regenerations, resistance, lives on your helmets, and also the chest, get the density and also the percentage density. And like actually my chest is very trash, and oh my god, I don't want to see it again. Yeah, and also for the boost, get the regenerations and also lives resistance. And maybe if you can do it, please to get the density. And also my is so weird, and the ring you need to find a lot of the resistance, because for our build it's hard to get the resistance, because those things like the force god skin infinity at the end of the confusions, and there's no any resistance provided to us. So the last question is the survivability problem for this build. Actually, when you do the survivability problem only appeared when you do the TX maps. Okay. I think it's not this build problem, is because of the TX map. The T8 monster is very strong. Okay. And actually you don't, this survival as that the value is not it's not the real one, I can say. You don't need to actually to see it. And so if you want to check your survivability is enough, is this enough, you can focus on your life. Please to get at least 3,000 lives, and also the full resistance. Again, you need to get the full elemental resistance. And actually you can get more this resistance, and yeah, as most as possible. And also for the evasions, I'm recommend you guys to get at least 40,000 of the evasions for your build, and you will get more very comfortable in the T8. I think you just die very few times when you get this survival. And yeah, that's all of your questions. And if you have more questions on this build, feel free to comment on below. And also, if you want me to do more another topic about this game, you can also suggest in the comment. And yeah, by the way, I'm very happy, I'm very appreciate to hear you guys feel enjoy this build, and also feel it's a very broken build. And yeah, again, it's a very broken build, the Whirlwind. And I heard it yesterday, someone said the Whirlwind nerfed it, but for me, I think it's no nerf. Yeah, just do the damage test without any link with the Whirlwind. See? You can get no any skill link with the Whirlwind to do the 100 million damage in the damage test is very horrible. And I think there are no any more build can actually to do this damage. And maybe you other build can do this damage, but maybe it's very high budget for other build. Yeah. So yeah, Thank you for you guys, and we see you in next video.